Hello, dear followers of GLOBSEC. You might know that Emmanuel Macron wrote a letter to EU citizens published in 28 newspapers, including Dennik N of Slovakia. This is something very rare. The French president reaches out to all Europeans. I wish other heads of state did the same thing. He says, never since the Second World War has Europe been so essential, yet never has Europe been in so much danger. I agree with the French president. That is why my organization, GLOBSEC, has started the EU task force that will come up with recommendations for the new EU Commission. I appreciate the French president for straight talking. He's not the bureaucrat who speaks in boring jargon. We, the Europeans, stand trial in the court of history. Even if it is painful, we need candid debate about us and Europe. Timing is very special. The European elections are coming. The Brexit might be behind corner. And Brexit is a symbol of the European crisis. I believe that the British were not told the whole truth at the moment of the Brexit referendum. It's a lesson for us all. What does the French president want? Well, there are several things, and some ideas are very good. For example, a new European agency to fight against cyber attacks and the manipulation of elections, or a ban on foreign powers funding European parties, tougher joint action on internet hate speech, the greater supervision of internet giants. I can only applaud. I could not agree more with Mr. Macron. There are also ideas connected to the single market, like new competition rules and the minimum European wage. He also wants a new defense treaty. It is good that the French president opens these tough subjects, but the devil lies in the details. Macron calls for a social shield for all workers in Europe, guaranteeing the same pay in the same workplace, and the minimum European wage appropriate to each country and discussed collectively every year. This is where I'm a bit skeptical. I do not think that we need a European level standard of this kind. But just like the French president, I believe that the whole overhaul of the Schengen system and the common border force are needed. The common asylum policy is possible, but solution will require some patience. Let me conclude by saying three things. First, we need people like President Macron, people with vision, audacity, and guts. Second, the ideas will only work if they are not French, Belgian, Greek or Slovak, but respond to the needs of the whole Europe, including us, Central Europe. This is not the time to reopen the wounds, the conflicts between member states. And now let me tell you an anecdote that leads me to the third point. A New York boy is being led through the swamps of Louisiana by his cousin. The city boy asks, "Is it true that an alligator won't attack you if you carry a flashlight?" His cousin replies, "It depends on how fast you carry the flashlight." This is my final point. We must not leave the ground to populists, cynics, or nationalists. The EU is us, the French, the Poles, the Slovaks. Time is precious. The monster, the alligator of ugly populism is upon us. The flashlight of our wisdom might not be enough. We need concrete action ahead of elections. Thank you very much for your attention.